Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Dini here, and we're gonna be discussing today if KSI was robbed a decision against Tommy TNT Fury. Let's get it. So, obviously, I was rooting for KSI to win. However, there is a huge case that can be made that KSI indeed won this fight. Why, you might ask? Well, first round, KSI took it, and second round, KSI took it, and they were fighting a total of 6 rounds, correct? Also, Tommy Fury was deducted a point by the ref because he was hitting KSI to the back of the head, which is illegal. Which means KSI was leading 3-0 against Tommy Fury at this point. So the argument for Tommy winning was he won the last 4 rounds, which would equate that he indeed won the fight 57-56. But some judges thought that KSI won one of the latter rounds, and some didn't, which means this is a human error. There is no way on some judges' cards KSI can win round 5 or 6, and on some judges' cards he cannot. That means they saw the same exact round from the same exact view differently. Now, I must admit, KSI is a worse boxer than Tommy Fury currently, which of course makes sense. He has Fury heritage. His brother is Tyson Fury, the best boxer on the planet currently. Some might say Alexander Usyk, but we'll see that in December after he fights Ngannou. However, that's besides the point. His father, John Fury, was also a boxer. He literally named Tyson after Mike Tyson. And KSI is a YouTuber, a FIFA gamer, who recently picked up boxing. He barely scraped a draw against Logan Paul after beating Joe Weller in an amateur fight. Then he beat him because Logan Paul had a point deduction. And he took 3 years off boxing. Came back, beat a few boxers, beat a few other misfits fighters, and came to this fight against Tommy Fury. So that's pretty impressive. However, regardless of the fact that Tommy is a better boxer, KSI played to his strengths. KSI said he'd make this a fight and not a boxing event, which it was. So at the very least, I believe at the end of the day, of course the title might be a bit clickbait for views. I never do that, but I guess there's a first time for everything. So at the end of the day, at least KSI deserved a draw. Of course, there's a case for Tommy winning, and there's a case for KSI winning. It was a very, very close fight. Other than that, boxing-wise, it was a horrible fight. As a boxing fan, it was just a lot of clinching, a lot of hugging, a lot of illegal back of the head shots. There was some great punches here and there. Also, a big case why KSI should have won the fight is he outlanded Fury and was more precise than the guy who's supposedly a real boxer. Rotoshaw was fuming. We saw him break the TV on X. We saw Minnie Minter saying he was fuming. A lot of the other sidemen were neutral, saying they aren't that big of boxing fans and they didn't know if it was a robbery. Fair play to that, I guess. But they should have backed their boy at the end of the day. And I saw a short clip on X that KSI was joked about in a 10-year anniversary video. They even got the balloons which said loser on top. That was Bazinga's idea. I don't know. I know they do banter and do stuff for views, but I don't think they should have done that to KSI in that moment. However, I will say this. I'll compare it to the first Makhachev versus Volkanovski fight. And before you hate on me for that, I don't mean skill-wise or MMA-wise or anything. I just mean there was a lot of fans who were saying Volk got robbed in his own place in Australia, which is pretty similar to what KSI did. It was his own event. He literally pays Tommy's Fury's wage, the judges' wages, the refs' wages, Buffer's wage. He pays everyone in that event, yet he's the main attraction. So when I say robbery, I don't mean it was in a sense that Tommy or John or Tyson Fury paid off the refs. I don't know that. Nobody knows that except them. I mean it in a sense that the judges chose wrong, potentially. However, this is why you should never leave it in the hands of the judges. Which brings me to the next point. Even though Tommy, it was his own hometown in Manchester, whatever, the other facts are very similar to Volk and Islam. This brings me on to the next comparison. They should fight in KSI's hometown in a rematch, and KSI should prove he's better and improve in the meantime, like Makhachev did. He head kick KO'd him. So if KSI really wants to prove this was a robbery, like he claimed at the end, like KSI fans did, he should really, really look into a rematch. I know he says he needs to relax a bit because the guy's working really hard, and I understand that juggling sports and music and YouTube and everything can be hard. But I don't mean he should rematch him tomorrow. Maybe do a 2024 card. Like take 6 months off, 9 months off, maybe a year, and then rematch Fury, bro. He's gonna be in it for the bag. Of course he says, oh, I don't want to fight these YouTubers anymore, but he got all the fame and clout and money from that and barely scraped a scrape decision against Jake Paul and a majority decision against KSI, which got overturned eventually, as they didn't count one of the refs' cards correctly. It was a unanimous decision later on. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it was a close fight. It could have gone either way. Even Tyson and John were very stressed. They were telling, like John was telling Tommy, it could go either way. You can see that in the post-fight, and you can see that in an interview he does after the fight. And also, like, you can see how Tyson looks. And me and my friends watched it live, and two of us thought KSI won. We thought they were gonna say from the United Kingdom, the Nightmare KSI. And what an intro he also had with the Lamborghini thing. That was amazing. His own Lamborghini song and a green Lamborghini. It was amazing. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. Was this a robbery? Was it the correct result? At the end of the day, whatever it was, I think we should all agree they should have a rematch. And hopefully it ends in a KO this time, so we can really know who's that guy, pal. Love and peace to everyone, man.